Day, ladies and gentlemen, little sisters and brothers. Today's video is designed to cut through the witchcraft and sorceries the moving picture business projects. In this case to me, they alter our perception of the facts by inundating our minds with a marinade of semi-false imagery. Case in point, even though I must dance a jig with my words due to YouTube's itch to do me again, notice, in just about every moving picture, somehow, in some way, heck, even out of the blue, the mind marinade of a holocaust of the poor and innocent, or living in ghettos like Fiddler on the Roof, is front and center. Or their emotional favorite, showing an angry German mob throwing rocks through Israeli storefront windows, etc. And you, wrapped up in the emotional witchcraft and sorceries, don't even realize they are bending your perception so you don't perceive the disenfranchised Anglo-Saxon. They were angry and throwing rocks through Israeli storefront windows. Did you catch it? What? Hold it right there, Yizak, before you brand me with the scarlet A. According to the Smithsonian Magazine, under a 1938 Nazi law forced Jews to register their wealth, making it easier to steal. Subtitle: 80 years ago, the edict marked a turning point in the Nazi Party's effort to push Jews out of the German economy. April 26, 2018. Quote, the new law came mere weeks after the Anschlag, Nazi Germany's annexation of Austria. On April 26, 1938, the, personal quote, decree from the reporting of Jewish-owned property issued by Hitler's government took effect, requiring all Jews in both Germany and Austria to register any property or assets valued at more than 5,000 Reichsmarks, around $2,000 in American currency of the period, or $34,000 today. Stop, off the cuff. You realize what that's just saying? Well, let's keep going. From furniture and paintings to life insurance and stocks, nothing was immune from the registry. By July 31st of that year, German finance officials had collected paperwork from some 700,000 Jewish citizens, 7 billion Reichsmarks worth of wealth ripe for state-sanctioned theft known as Aryanization. Example: Rosewood and Black Wall Street Israeli-style bingo. And this was just in Germany and Austria alone. The pure white Christian male is hell, ain't he? I said all of that so you can perceive the next part. See, it appears mind you, the exact same perceptual witchcraft, sorcery, and occasional wicked wordplay are being used when it comes to the life for the Israelis in Central and Eastern Europe as well. I said occasional wicked wordplay because I don't know about you, but when Little Miss Ivy and I hear words like ghettos, Jewish persecution, and pogroms, we used to immediately look at the situation through the perceived underdog's point of view. Well, just like the very first line in Wikipedia under pogrom says, quote, the term pogrom has multiple meanings. It has multiple meanings. Well, maybe, just maybe, there are multiple meanings or reasons for everything else we have been told is true. Maybe, just maybe, there were other reasons than just being a meanie that brought about the persecution of the Israelis' business models. Case in point, when Little Miss Ivy and I looked at the actual laws that are perceived as persecution when it came to the Israelis in Central and Eastern Europe, we notice one common factor in all of the laws. Everything was dealing in higher finance. Not only that, because there is nothing new under the sun, in this case to me, just like today with the Palestinians, real estate dealings was the primary focus of the restrictions, which can only mean the Israelis were never a monetarily poor people whatsoever. Check it out. According to Wikipedia, under May laws, M-A-Y, laws, quote, temporary regulations regarding the Jews, also known as May laws, were proposed by Minister of Internal Affairs Nikolai something and enacted on 15 May 1882 by the Emperor Alexander III of Russia. All right? Under regulations. Quote, they read as follows. Personal quote. As a temporary measure and until a general revision is made of their legal status, it is decreed that the Jews be forbidden to settle anew outside of towns and boroughs, exceptions being admitted only in the case of existing Jewish agricultural colonies. So Jews had their own agricultural colonies. 2, temporarily forbidden are the issuing of mortgages and other deeds to Jews, as well as the registration of Jews as lessees of real property situated outside of town and boroughs, and also the issuing to Jews of power of attorney to manage and dispose of such real property. Again, see, higher finance, property tax, property. 3, Jews are forbidden to transact business on Sunday and on the principal Christian holy days, and the existing regulations concerning the closing of places of business belonging to Christians on such days to apply to Jews also. Basically telling them you got to let your Christian workers, you got to let them go on the holidays. You can't keep them around and stay open for business. 4, because they had factories, and we're going to get to that later. They had factories and all kinds of stuff. Man, these merchants, they had it made. They could, after a certain period, they could call themselves nobility. Yeah, this stuff is wild. 4, the measures laid down in paragraph 1, 2, and 3 shall apply only to the governments within the pale of Jewish settlement. Stop. Bingo. See? Off the cuff. Everybody's talking about, oh man, there was just persecution all over Europe. No. These things were only in the pale of Jewish settlements. That's all. Not all over Europe. Stop. Bingo. So as you can clearly hear, when we hear the words discrimination and persecution in specific areas of the world, the pale of Jewish settlements, for this theory, understand the reality that governments felt that they had to enact laws in certain areas of Europe. Why? To make the playing field fair for the Aboriginal residents against the encroachment of the wealthy Israelis, who were not only programmed to be super duper smart, but they were buying up tracts of real estate to accommodate 10 to 20,000 new and fresh people at a time as they passed through to other world destinations. In fact, let's continue so I can give you a sneak preview of later understandings. Remember when I told you governments had to enact intellectual restrictions on the 18th through 19th century master DNA clone models because they were programmed super smart to ensure they were at the forefront of everything technical? I can't hear your answer because this is a video. But if you remember that, listen to this.